Hello and welcome to Topham Chats, the show where I chat to various members of the Rooster Teeth community. My guest today is Flybarger from the Rooster Teeth site. Hey man, how's it going?
It's good. I'm going to correct you really quick.
Okay, good. Please do.
It's Flybarger.
Barger, okay.
Yeah.
I thought I'd get it wrong as well.
It's okay. A lot of people do.
Well. Right. Well, yes. Are you well?
I'm fantastic.
Excellente. So, let's start with this question I start with everyone.
I know this
Rooster
question.
Teeth or Achievement Hunter?
Achievement Hunter.
Okay, and why do you choose Achievement Hunter?
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there was a game released called The Force Unleashed. And there was an achievement to collect all of the holocrons.
Yeah, there was.
And when you search the achievement on YouTube, the first pop-up is Achievement Hunter. I knew of Rooster Teeth in the past. I'd heard of RVB, but I'd never watched it.
Okay.
So I actually just found Achievement Hunter by falling in love with achievements.
Okay, cool. So who was doing that guide? Do you remember?
It was Jack and Jeff, the OG team.
Yeah, the OG team, obviously. It was a long time ago as well, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. That's a good game, though. It's an all-right game.
It's an okay game. I never played 2, but 1 was all right. It was the best game. It's no Destiny.
Right. Yeah, we'll talk about Destiny in a few minutes.
Yes, we will.
But cool. So, how did you get from finding that guide to the Rooster Teeth site? Did you go, oh, these are videos, and then started watching all of the videos and just from there, or I don't know.
Kind of.
Yeah. Did you start there?
Back then, I think it still is actually. The Achievement Hunter guides were on the Rooster Teeth channel, so I actually ended up going to the Rooster Teeth channel and just watching all their stuff in a big string. So I eventually found RVB through that because I think I started somewhere after their season came out.
Okay.
But I didn't really watch the whole thing until a few years down the road.
Okay. And was it a few years down the road when you were just ooh, jump into the community site, or was it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They had all their stuff, most of their stuff on YouTube, I think, up until about season 8. And I watched 1 through 7 at a kind of low point at work, and just kind of blazed through 7 seasons, and then at the very end they had a little button that said if you like this, continue to our community site and watch it there. So I started watching there, and I got all the way through season 8 and decided this is really cool. They're obviously releasing them annually, so I'm just going to hop on the site and be a part of that.
Cool. Yeah.
And that was 4 years ago.
Yeah, it must have been. So season 13's coming out now.
Yeah.
Christ, season 13.
I know, right?
Oh, Christ. Yeah.
I'm behind again, by the way. I just started season 10 a few days ago.
Oh man, you're in for a treat. Season 10's amazing.
I watch them blazes. So I'll be off for a few years, and then I'll just catch up in a day or 2.
Right. Yeah. I think season 9's my favourite. Which has been your favourite season so far?
Season 9 was awesome.
Season 9's so good.
And I just finished that a little while ago. See, I started it when it started, and I got about halfway through, and just other stuff popped up, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I just finished it, and it was awesome. I really like all of the work Monty and the team did. Rest in peace.
Yeah, that was a crazy season.
Yeah.
Just because of the 2 completely different stories that were going on. It's just crazy.
Dude, that freelancer story was amazing.
Yeah, the freelancer story is great as well. But there's just the beginning of the Reds versus Blues story in there as well.
Right.
Because all the characters were all so broken at the beginning.
Right. The beginning.
Yeah, it's my favorite bit. I think once they fix Donut and
Griff cleaning and all that.
And Griff, it just becomes one of my favorite seasons easily. But Yeah, I think it's tied with season 4 for me, because season 4 was where I discovered it, but it also has a bunch of stupid jokes that are just awesome.
Right. That's just RVB in a nutshell.
Yeah, it is actually, isn't it? Yeah. Choosing one season over another seems petty and silly, really.
We all have our favorites.
Right, cool. So you discovered the community there. What did you do, like, when you joined the community site? Did you like jump into the forums, as like that's how I met you through the site? It was through the forums and things going on there. Is that where you find yourself most of the time, or do you just look around people's journals and click on things?
I did a little bit. In fact, when I first joined, I did nothing. And I had a friend of mine from high school post a picture on Twitter to Bernie during the video podcasts. And I was like, oh, he's on the site too. So I'll hop on and give him a friend request. And I did. And then I just kind of delved deeper. It wasn't too long ago. In fact, like the first time we met in the forums was during a period of I just wanted to get into the forums. So I just wanted to be a part of the community site, and I had not done that before. So I just felt like it's time. So I jumped in and started hanging out with people, talking on their journals or their photos or whatever, making silly, snarky comments or whatever I'm doing, sarcastic mostly. But then I hopped into the forums and met you and Lozelda and Priest and Eric and
D-Sage,
James. Pretty much that same crew from level 20.
Yeah, and level 20, which is now Oxford, Cafe, which is just my favourite thread. And then I introduced Stu to it the other day. Shout out to the OCC! Yeah, I introduced Stu to it the other day. He's like, that's my favourite thread now. I'm like, yes! I was playing Destiny with him last night. It's like, oh yeah, it's the best. You've got to join us. It's like, I think I made like a slight reference to it. He's like, what? I need to see this. And I showed it to him. He's like, this is the best ever. I'm like, yes! Greatest thread. Just because everyone in there is like, I don't know, like it's half banter and then it's just like half like really serious talk and everyone's okay with each other and there's no like arguments or anything.
Right.
It's just everyone's level-headed all the time, which is really refreshing to see.
Yeah, you get certain debates that kind of go on, but it's not, nobody gets, angry or pissed at each other. It's just, oh, yeah, I see your point.
Yeah. And then like there's discussions about all the points as well, which is just... It's really enjoyable. It's refreshing. It's refreshing to see a thread like that, where people aren't clamoring for attention or anything.
Dude, I love the OCC. That's the first thing I check every day when I sign in.
Yeah. Oh, and Croft Area. She might stab us if we forget her.
She might kill us in our sleep.
But she's in Sweden, so it's okay.
Yeah,
I didn't get the wrong country, did I?
No, I think you're right.
No, I didn't. Okay, that's fine.
She's from Sweden.
Oh dear. How bad would it be? Oh well, never mind. Let's move on.
Hopefully she won't listen to this.
Hopefully she will.
Yes, that too. I'm just saying, hopefully she doesn't get us not knowing where she's from.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, so one of the things we've been talking about a lot recently is Destiny, which has been one of my favourite games recently, and I know that you've been enjoying it a lot.
Me too.
Did you get it on release, or did you get it afterwards, and you're just like, oh, I'll see what it's about?
I got it... Well, first I rented it because I wasn't sure how I was going to like it. So I went to a thing we have here in America. I don't know if you guys have them, called Redbox.
I've heard of it, but it's probably because of like Internet Box or something like that.
Right. Redbox is like a not really like a rental store. It's like a vending machine. To go up, you pick whatever you want to rent, you swipe your card, and it spits the game or movie out at you. So I'm actually really interested in telling people who don't know what Redbox is. It's just kind of interesting to me. Anyway, so I saw Destiny there. It was at my local grocery store. So I swiped my card, got Destiny, brought it home, and put it into my Xbox 360 at the time. Because I didn't have a One. Actually, my anniversary was coming up. So if I liked Destiny, I was going to ask for it for my anniversary. Because I'm a huge nerd and I love video games. So Played it, and I kind of got hooked in it. I think I started with a hunter, was my first character. Yep. And I got really, really hooked on it, and I kept it for about 3 or 4 days and then returned it. And then about a week after, I kind of like begged my wife to buy my anniversary present early, and I bought it digitally because if you had an Xbox One within that period of time, you could download it for free digitally.
Mm-hmm.
So I got my Xbox One in December, and the first thing I downloaded was Destiny. And I don't think I've played much of anything else besides that.
Yeah, like when I got my PS4, I was just like, yes, Destiny, because I had it on PS3, free upgrade, and then I was just like, oh.
Yeah, I played with a few people from the site on the 360, but as soon as I got the Xbox One, I don't think I've turned my 360 on.
Yeah, I think since I got my PS4, I haven't turned my 360 on. I'm just like, I should go back and play it because there's still all these awesome games. Actually, the other weekend I was like, I'm going to play some Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2, and within half an hour I was just like, no, I think I should just play Destiny because I'm okay at that game and it makes me feel good because the gameplay is just so rewarding. But
Destiny just scratches that itch, you know?
Yeah, and you don't even need to play it for long and just like, oh, that's good. You can just achieve things in it. Like you can finish the daily story and get materials, and you can do that in 10, 15 minutes, depending on the mission.
Every Tuesday you get another 9 strange coins and
well, yeah, depending on how many times you want to run it and
I don't think I think my warlock can run it. My hunter just went my titan went level 25 today. So
nice. I've got 3 level 31s right now, and one of them can hit level 32. So I'm
a little jealous of that. Every time I run the daily, I only get ascendant energy though. I don't think I get any shards for that.
Yeah, because I can run it 3 times. I'm just like, I will run it 3 times, and I will spend hours playing it on end. And we did hard mode Crota last night, and like I got all the armor from that for my character. Yeah, I've done it twice, and I've got all the armor now. And I'm just like, yes, now I can have a level 32. But I need to run it so many more times because you need a different kind of energy.
I still need to run both Vault of Glass and Crota. I have not done either of those at all.
Both are excellent. If you find a team for Crota's easier than Vault is. Like, I can tell you that.
Okay.
Like, straight off. But Vault requires, like, experience and knowledge of the game. Like, of how it works specifically.
Okay.
Whereas Crota's just... You've just got to have it. Yeah, it's just a run through, and you've just got to know where to go. And other people will, and they will carry you through, as has happened every time I've run it so far.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's good. It's great. It's it's one of those games that I really enjoy having a group of people to play with. And there's always people because there's people on the site all the time. Luckily, like in the English thread, there's a bunch of people that have PS4s and Destiny, and they're always playing it.
Right.
So I'm just like, oh, there's always people to play with. But I think that's kind of a rare thing at the moment, especially with like Destiny, because a lot of people did drop straight off of it.
Yeah.
As well.
They just didn't get it.
Yeah, or they burnt themselves out and now they don't want to go back to it, and their equipment was made obsolete by the Dark Below coming out. And
yeah,
it was a whole situation, but it's very, very, very enjoyable.
Yes,
very, very enjoyable. Yeah. So, what else do you do aside from being on the site? I'm not really talking in like your professional work life. More so creatively and things of that ilk.
I don't do a lot creatively. I write a little, but not a lot. Nothing I've really released to the public, and I have a fear of that. So, I do. Hobby-wise, I listen to a lot of music, and I've listened to the RT podcasts more than most people.
Okay.
So normally when I'm, like, if I'm feeling kind of out of it, I'll just go for a walk with the dog. Mm-hmm. And she just loves to walk. So we'll walk around the block a few times, and I'll just throw on a few podcasts and listen to those. But creatively, I just started, and you and I talked about this before we started this, the Jon Snow Show. And that is kind of up in the air at the moment creatively, but that is a group on the site where we're going to do a kind of trivia / game show thing, and we're still working that out. But kind of in the same vein as Bernie asking people what they don't know. Those videos?
Yeah, the ambush interviews.
Correct. Those are the best.
That's so good.
Just because, I mean, some people just don't know stuff, and I find it funny when they just kind of have to guess what it is. So
yeah, and they're not allowed to say that they don't know as well, which
Correct.
makes it even better.
Yeah, they just gotta take a swing. In fact, Crofteria and Eric and Desasian kind of did this with me and Joran and Malid in the OCC. And I don't know anything at all about Dragon Age. So Dragon Age Inquisition had just come out, so they started asking me questions about it, kind of because I forced them to. But they came up with all these questions that I literally know nothing about.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what spawned the Jon Snow show. And for those who don't know, Jon Snow knows nothing. So I got to thank Crofteria for the title of the Jon Snow show. But yeah, I really want to get that up and running as soon as possible.
Cool. And I'm pretty sure that I know that Jon Snow is a character from Game of Thrones.
Correct.
Yeah, I know something about Game of Thrones, and that is the extent of my knowledge.
Okay, I'm going to give you a quick tutorial about Jon Snow. Jon Snow is a bastard.
Okay.
Meaning he doesn't really know his mother. So his mother and father were in cahoots in the bed, and he was born out of wedlock, therefore making him a bastard.
Mm-hmm.
And he is son to Eddard Stark, head of House Stark. So eventually, Jon Snow can't find any glory being a bastard of the Starks, so he leaves and becomes a member of the Night's Watch, which is kind of a... They guard the North Wall, which they're a whole bunch of guys who are trained in battle to defend from the wildlings in this gigantic ice wall. The problem is most of the people in the Night's Watch are criminals who have the option of being beheaded or taking up the Black or joining the Night's Watch. So, yeah. So Jon Snow, being this person from a king's court, joins the Night's Watch, and everyone there is like stolen something or raped someone or killed somebody, and they had the choice to either die or take up the Black. So they took up the Black, because no one wants to die, right?
Yep.
So Jon Snow eventually ends up with the wildlings. He gets captured, and they tell him, either leave the Night's Watch and join us, or we'll kill you. And before he was told, you know, they're going to capture you, join them, and infiltrate kind of through the inside. So he gets captured, says, I'll join you, and he meets this woman called Ygritte. And she constantly tells him, you know nothing, Jon Snow. That's where the Jon Snow show comes from.
Ah, okay. Cool.
So now
I got a little bit of I was going to say a history lesson, but it can't be a history lesson because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, history in Game of Thrones.
Okay, that works. That makes sense. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I guess we've reached the point of the show where I would like you to ask me a question. It can be about anything, and it can make me spew out a million words while I get flustered and try and answer.
Let's see here.
Yes.
If you could spend time in another country, where would it be?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I've already lived for 6 months in Singapore, which was amazing.
Okay.
I would very much like to go back there.
That sounds awesome, by the way.
But I would like to live in Canada.
Okay.
Because of mountains and snow and my adoration for snowboarding.
Nice.
Which would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
And yeah, and then I'd try and be near nearer something or other. But it also mean that it wouldn't be too difficult to be on the same timelines as everyone in the States. And that'd make it a lot easier to coordinate things and have gaming shenanigans with the people in the States.
Right.
But it would mean that I'd need to...
What time is it there for you now?
4:45, let's say.
Dang.
So
okay.
most of my day's gone.
Yeah, it's 10:37 a.m. here. So
yeah, yeah. So it's nearly it's 4:37 here. So yeah, like there's a bit of a time difference, and it becomes like during the week I don't get to speak to any people in the States at all,
right.
Unless there's like shenanigans going on, like snow days and things like that. Which has happened quite a lot recently, which has been nice because I get in and I'm just like, oh god, Ruff's online, I can chat to him, or something along those lines. But yeah, I'd like to probably be Canada or back to Singapore, but it's I don't know. I'm not sure about the States. I'm not particularly. I don't want to say You're
not
I
fond
dislike
of
the
them?
States. It's just
Yeah.
it probably wouldn't suit me. Just because I disagree fundamentally with a lot of the a lot of things that are going on, and a lot of the like political issues I see with religion affecting politics and education as well. I'm just like I completely.
That's not.
I know that's not the whole of the
factor.
States.
Yeah, that's
but
normally it's just the politics and the religion normally stays out of the politics, but there is kind of a big underlying factor of religion.
Yeah.
But
like the things I've seen about Canada and the people I've spoken to in Canada and everything about Canada and it being snowy just makes me go, oh, I want to go to there. And
I'd like to visit Canada. Plus, there's a huge community from there. So
yeah, there is. That's another reason. I know that there's a lot of people over there. That
it's a huge part of the community is in Canada and Australia, and I just like to visit those places and kind of see those people.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard enough in the UK to even get a whole bunch of UK like community people together.
Dude, you have no idea. I'm in Illinois, and everyone in Illinois, like, I'm in the middle of America. What's the first thing you think of when you think Illinois?
I don't know.
Chicago is what everybody thinks.
Oh yeah, Chicago.
Yeah,
that's exactly what. Yeah.
I am on the exact opposite end of Chicago.
Oh.
I'm 15 minutes away from St. Louis in Missouri.
Ah, right.
So, like, all the community meetups end up in Chicago.
Yeah, they do.
And I'm nowhere near there. So,
yeah.
Kind of sucks, but hopefully we can get a meetup going in Missouri sometime soon.
Yeah, definitely. There's, I know a whole bunch of people that went to the Chicago meetup as well. I'm just like, Chicago. But I don't really know the geography of the States, and I know things are spread out so far that it's just like, oh god, no.
Right. I think Chicago is like a 6 or 7 hour drive from where I'm at.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah.
It's not close at all.
You'll probably take a train to be there in a few, but
trains are the best.
Trains are pretty awesome.
I really like going on the train. Like if I have the opportunity to go on the train, hopefully in like 3 weeks or so.
Oh yeah?
I say in 3 weeks. It might have happened by the time this comes out. I just have no idea on schedule. But like hopefully by then I'll have gone down to London and like met up with a few people again, and I'm just like, yes, train down to London. Anyway, I've been rambling, and
it's okay.
Yeah, we rambled quite a bit, and it's been a lot of fun. Thank you very much for being my guest.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Is there anywhere around we can find you?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at Andy Flybarger. I'm going to spell that for everybody because my last name is a hell of a problem. I'm at ANDYLYBARGER. So I'm there. I'm Flybarger on the site. I'm Flybarger on Twitch. I'm Flybarger on Xbox. I'm Flybarger87 on Skype. So if you ever want to talk, you can talk to me.
Sweet. Well, like I said, thank you very much for being my guest.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. And with that, thank you everyone for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.